Yeah, and hey, you know what? If you think you get my go to that, man, he gets my go, this kid, man. He gets my go.
One of the pieces of advice that Chris Martin wisely gave us, should I say, he inspired us with, he's such a scholar, such a great guy, was that people shouldn't let stuff, take stuff to heart, let it get them down. Which is ironic because that's exactly what Wangland Elton John did. He changed the logo after we pointed out that Cheap Pops and Cheap Heat was kind of a dumb move. Like, first of all, how did, out of the three of the people on that network, nobody say, it's kind of dumb that the focus is on the word and, not like the rest of the show. And so it's since been changed to this one, which is all in capital letters. Even the and is in capital letters. So just to back up the monotone nature of the boring show, it's not Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops. It's now all one sentence, Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops.
Isn't there something confusing about it too, where it says the Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops podcast? Like it doesn't but none of the shows are called Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops. That's the feed, right? But there's something that says Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops.
I don't think they know what's designated what. Like if you listen to Sonny show or Martin's show, like nobody knows if the network is Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops, but then John will call the episode "Welcome to Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops." This is our NFL.
Yeah, it's strange
analysis show. It's like, dude, there's no synergy, nothing. Nobody knows what's going on. It's fucking chaos. You only have three people there. Why is everybody not on the same page?
They are all on the same feed, but the other great thing is that the Twitter account has now been changed. It's now been changed, and this is what I think is glorious. As a dyslexic person myself, I can happily say this, that I think that John Wangland is severely dyslexic. He misspelt his own Twitter name. So his Twitter name is now Cheap Heat.
Well, I'm easy to find on social media. If you head on over to Twitter, it is at CHHeatPops. So just go on over to Twitter at CHHeatPops. Just like Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops, but it's at CHHeatPops. Just changed it up this week to reflect the new name of our feed here, Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops. It used to be something else. So if you were putting that in before, the old one, definitely don't do it anymore, because at CH Heat Pops is the new place to go over on Twitter for the Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops feed and all the great shows and stuff that we got coming out here almost every day of the week for each and every one of the great listeners all across the world. So we really appreciate your support.
Like he can't even spell the name of his own thing. How the fuck does this master minister not know to edit stuff, change stuff, or proofread it? Your dumb, shitty articles, your dumb Twitter, your dumb fucking titles. Like, how many times can he keep failing and doing things wrong before he realizes they might be right about me?
It's like you're going to hear from Chad later this week. He mentioned something where these guys, they play podcaster. They're dressing up. It's not real. It's not real at all. They have no conversational ability. They have no broadcasting experience. I figure if the three of us were in a room, me and Hughes are probably having a couple of pints. Mike's, he borrowed some pills from Martin. He's getting all buzzed up. We could have a conversation and laugh and whatever, just like we do on here. But if you're in a room with John and Martin, like, you're looking to get out of that room as quickly as possible. Like, there's no way. There's no fucking way I could hang out with two guys like that, And for Martin to say, well, get a grip and don't get offended by our little mean tweet segment. This is the guy that was on Wrestling with Reality just a couple of months ago and said that when people started questioning his download numbers, that it spun him off into a bipolar episode. Yeah. So, dude, you can't take any kind of heat or criticism or whatever, which is why I can't wait for you to see the next episode with Chad from the Two Man Power Trip, because you're going to get the truth, buddy. You're going to get a hard pill to swallow, and it's quite frankly making me a little bit gleeful.
Yeah, and I think he'll find a way to swallow that pill due to his past addictions. The good thing is that I think we kind of went harder in this next episode than usual, and I'm fucking delighted by it.
Yeah.
I got one more thing to say about the new logo, which is the third logo that they've had. I don't know if he's paying somebody to do this for him or he's giving them a direction to head in, but it's like, dude, it's so generic looking and hold on.
It's just all fire text. Fire!
Oh,
It's exciting. It's so ironic that it's called Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops because the logo is incredibly cheaply done.
Yeah. It says
No
cheap.
expense.
It says cheap heat and then underneath cheap pops is like a lot bigger. It's like, come on, dude. Like
you can't get a logo together. You can't keep a feed, or you can't stay with any distributor. You can't speak. You can't use the English language properly.
I will put anything of what I say out there, and I will stand true to it.
You can't get guests. You have nothing that anybody wants to hear. Like, you guys can't do it. I understand that in today's day and age, anybody can record something and put it out there, but not everybody should. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure that I should, but somehow I do. But, you guys definitely shouldn't.
And if anyone wants to make their own logo inspired by the new Cheap Pops logo, the font is called Gin.
Yeah. Gin. Gin is kind of, that's ironic because that's what Martin's wife uses to get through every day.
Brother, fuck you, man.